This is really intended to be a conversation. So let's see, you can put into, so are you guys looking at this through Whova right now? You are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So you guys can put right into the chat if you prefer not to unmute yourself, or you can unmute yourself. We can just have a conversation. But first of all, how many of you folks here are aware of what Portrait of a Graduate is?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, Meetup, you're muted.
Sorry, guys, I had to mute myself because I'm providing tech support to get the live streams to work this time. Okay, so I think, who said it? Was it Nee or Riley said you weren't sure about Portrait of a Graduate? So first of all, where are you guys students at? I want to hear a little bit about you. Where do you go to school?
I go to Skyview.
Skyview? Okay, great. Nice to meet you. Anyone
Nice
else?
to meet you too.
I go to Skyview too. I'm in 8th grade.
Skyview, awesome. And what about you, Meadow? And Miss Robeson, I know where you go to school. Fitchburg High. Oh, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself? There you go.
I know my other computer doesn't work. That's why I look like I'm on two. I can't talk on the other one. I just had a chance to talk to a couple of these kids in the Portrait of the Graduate exhibitor hall.
Oh, okay.
Because they were kind of stuck in there and they didn't know if you were coming in or not coming in. I'm like, I don't know. So I was able to.
I just saw that myself. I have no idea why there's duplicate links going on. So I just asked Miranda to join us over here and hopefully they see my message in the chat. But
yeah, I saw it and Riley was in there. So I know Riley did. And I know a couple of the other kids' names I recognize. Nia, I think, was in there. So we were chatting back there and talking about Portrait of a Graduate. So I look forward to hearing your explanation and I'm going to inform myself too. There we go, even more.
Awesome. Well, and I asked you to join us, Miranda, because I'm starting to get a bunch of text messages from people who are having trouble getting into their sessions. So are you able to talk to the students for a couple minutes about Portrait of a Graduate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to turn you guys over to Miranda so I can make sure that your next sessions start better than they did at 10:15. All right. And I'm going to
Hello, everybody. See all of you. Carol, where are you from?
Hi.
I apologize for not knowing everybody.
Miranda, you actually know me because we've been on several of the Portrait of the Graduate calls together. Yeah. From Fitchburg High. Yeah. Just, I displaced, right?
I know. It's nice to see you.
You too. You too.
All right. And everybody else are students?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. It's nice to see you all. So the Portrait of a Graduate project, and Carol, please feel free to jump in. The Portrait of a Graduate project is a big grant that Leominster, Fitchburg, Gardner, and Winchendon school districts got from the Barr Foundation. What school districts are you all from? You can put in the chat or just unmute yourself. So the grant was to create a vision for what students think that education should be, to make it stronger so that you all can thrive when you're graduating, so that you can succeed in college, in your communities, and in your careers. And we surveyed over 3,000 students and about 1,000 teachers, and we did a bunch of focus groups and interviews with local business owners and community members to learn what people thought education should be, if it should be the same what we're doing or be different. And this also happened during COVID, right? So everybody went virtual, and it was an interesting opportunity to kind of, you know, when we go back to normal next year, whatever that is, do we want it to be like it was before, or do we want it to be something different? And what we learned from all of you students and from teachers and administrators and people in the community is that we do want it to be different. We want to, there's a lot of good things going on in the schools, and then there's a lot of room for improvement. So the strongest thing, what you students told us that you valued the most was actually relationships with your friends and with teachers, especially with teachers, like having that one adult that like cares about you, or having more adults that care about you and like push you to do your best, was what students said was the best part of their high school experience and what they would want more of. And that obviously has been really hard this year with COVID. So that is something that we need to be sure to continue, that schools are doing really well, that we need to continue to do. And then in terms of what skills you students thought you need and that you might not be getting, and in some schools you might be getting this, there was a huge push to get more like financial literacy. A lot of you were talking about how like you graduate high school and go into college and you have no idea how to use a credit card or like pay bills or do college loans or financial aid or any of that stuff. So just like learning real world skills was the main message that we got from all of you. And as well as, and I'm going to share my screen actually, so I can figure this out. I'll show you some of the results that we got. Oh, and only have 1 more minute. Oh, all right, I won't share my screen. But basically it was, you want school to like connect you to the real world. A lot of times, I remember in high school being like, why are we learning this? And you don't want to be in a class where you're like, why are we learning this? You want to understand how it connects to the real world and your future, your job, your college. So we've taken all of your opinions and feedback, and we are creating a portrait, which is like a visual and a report basically to give to all the school administrators, school boards, and the towns to have and to base their design of what school will become in the future. So your voices have been heard, and we're really excited now to start the implementation phase where we're going to like put all your voices into practice by actually doing some of this stuff. So like our schools have already started doing like financial literacy classes, doing a lot more hands-on learning. A lot of you said you want like home ec and art class and all these really great classes that typically get cut. So we definitely heard that loud and clear and want to, think about the funding and how we're restructuring funding, thinking about testing. So a lot of like big questions, and hopefully big changes will be coming down the pipeline. So that's the gist of Portrait of a Graduate. I'm gonna let you go because you have to go to your workshop session at 1 o'clock.
Wait.
But do you have any questions or feedback?
Yeah, is math optional in high school? Since I don't think I'm gonna like use trigonometry in the real world.
So math is right now is not optional in high school as far as I know, but that's exactly what we want to change, so that you're not like, why am I taking trigonometry? So like maybe the names of some courses will change to be more like financial math or statistics about climate change, or and through those lenses you'll be learning about math. So it's not like, so trigonometry will be connected to something. I honestly don't know what trigonometry is connected to, but I'm sure it's connected to something. Ms. Robinson, do you want to jump in?
Well, we would really have to be a pretty exceptional math student to get to trigonometry in high school. And I hope
I don't remember trigonometry.
I hope that you do, but it is not.
I'm on the
typical.
good road.
But your Algebra 1, your Algebra 2, and your geometry certainly are required at this point. And then we look at what other options, like if you wanted a business math or a financial literacy class or something, then you might be able to choose. And you can go on to calculus, but
I'm already in Algebra 2 in 8th grade.
That's awesome. So then you may choose, so you are an exceptional math student then, because that's not typical. So you'll have the opportunity probably to go pretty far in math, but like Miranda was saying, hopefully you'll be able to have more choices because of Portrait of a Graduate when you get to that point, that you'll be able to choose from options.
Yeah, next year I'm enrolled in honors geometry for 9th grade.
Nice job. Now, you said you were in Skyview? Nee, are you in Skyview?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very good. So you'll be at Leominster High School then with geometry? And when you get up to that point, Nee, you might even want to start taking some AP and some college credit, dual enrollment classes when you get to your junior and senior year. So there's
Yeah, that
advantages
was my
to being
plan.
an exceptional student like that. So good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm gonna move us along so we can go to a workshop session. I have to go start one myself, but
All right.
thank you
Bye,
all for
Miranda.
being here. Bye,
Nice
Carol.
jumping in.
Nice to see you.
See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.